Whether you're a faceless creator like Corpse or a Twitch streamer like Saikuno, or an aspiring artist in the music industry, coming up with content sometimes can be pretty tough. So if you need a little help with that, then keep watching, because today I'm sharing some content ideas for independent artists and creators online so that you never get stuck on what to share as an online entertainer. Let's blast off and get started. JM in your universe. Konnichiwa friends, I'm Jonathan Miller and welcome back to Jonathan Miller Music, helping you become a better indie artist. I make electronic dance pop music and every Wednesday on this channel I'm helping others take their music to level 2. If that sounds good, consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell, maybe giving this video a like. If not, then you can't use any of the ideas in this video. Wait, I'm not really gonna know if you use these ideas unless you tell me. Fine. You win this round, but next time, you better sub. Think about that. All right, so let's talk about content ideas or things you can share to connect with your fans. When it comes to posting things online or writing emails or figuring out what to post on social media, I know sometimes you can just draw a big blank, especially when you're in between releasing something new. Now, in case you might be new, I specialize in music-related topics, but I did try to formulate this video so that really anyone could use these ideas, whether you're in the music industry or you're not. I hope that these will be very helpful for you. Anyway, so how do you keep your fans engaged and interested? The general rule of thumb online that you should try to follow is the selling versus nurture principle. Whereas you don't overwhelm your audience 24/7 with things like buy my new single or buy my song, stream now, buy this, buy that. Nurture posts are the type of content that aren't trying to sell something. A lot of people are going to unfollow you if you just tell them to buy something 24/7 and they never really get a chance to get to know you, which you obviously don't want. But even with nurture posts, you should think about how it ultimately plays into your brand as a whole. But the reason doesn't have to be in their face. It can be just a mental checkpoint for yourself, because get to know me is a perfectly acceptable reason to post anything online, both on brand and off brand. Because honestly, a lot of your off-brand content will eventually be on brand. You'll just have expanded. Unless it's completely out of left field and people are left going, what? The other thing you're gonna wanna think about is how this post may improve someone else's life. And that doesn't have to be a big reason either. For example, is it just a meme that's gonna make people laugh? Is it an inspirational story that will lift people's spirits? We'll talk a little bit more about this as we go through these topics, so hold tight. But with all this foundational stuff out of the way, let's just jump right in. Number 1, on-brand and off-brand throwbacks. Despite popular belief, not everything you do online has to be 100% on brand 100% of the time, and it has to 100% be new. Sometimes a picture you took at the park when you were 5 years old is totally fine, even though you're an active gamer. Posting a throwback photo of your awful style as a teenager, or a throwback to when you were on tour in Europe, or even while you were recording an old song that's been out for years, are all perfectly acceptable things to post. Why? Because they help your fans get to know you. The more your fans get to know you, whatever field you're in, the more likely they are going to support you and buy your product without you really having to sell it. You may be fortunate enough to get to a point in your career where you're getting new followers every single day, and your brand new followers aren't gonna know your full story unless you tell them and remind them of where you've been. Some people may see you with 100,000 followers and think you've always been at 100,000 followers. Nobody starts out that way. So hashtag Wayback Wednesday or hashtag Flashback Friday are perfect times to share a throwback on social media. Don't think everything you post online has to be new or people will get bored, because your past can really help make people appreciate where you are now. So post those hashtag Throwback Thursdays. Number 2, educational/did you know content. I can speak from my own personal experience on this one because I am an independent singer-songwriter who also makes music educational content primarily here on YouTube and on TikTok. Half of my audience knows me from my music and the other half knows me from my educational content. And I kind of weirdly sit in between both of those things, whereas most people would just pick a lane. But let me tell you, sharing your knowledge on something you know a lot about can really boost your primary field of expertise. Not only does it help educate your fans, but it also helps educate you so you grow stronger in your field of expertise. And it does that because it helps to reinforce the notion that you know what you're talking about. Even if you had to research a topic, just before you were gonna post it because you got lazy one day and kind of put it off till the last second. Not that I've ever done that. Anyway, think about some topics that you could share in your field of knowledge that could help someone else. Remember, how does this post improve someone else's life? Is it a music production hack that someone once taught you? Is it a glitch in a video game that can help save time in speedruns? Is there a disproportionate amount of a certain group of people in your field and you really want to call attention to that? All of those things can only help your career because people will view you as a positive resource. Now, I'm not saying you have to teach all the time, but the occasional "did you know" is a great thing to do. Even if you don't feel like much of a positive resource, helping someone else get further in their career will never be a bad thing. I've had people come back and tell me that my videos help them chart on Billboard. So share your knowledge and educate others. Number 3, behind the scenes photos and videos. All right, this one's probably pretty obvious, so I won't spend too much time on it, but in case you're just starting out, trust me, you can't go wrong with behind the scenes content, no matter how old it is. Just like how you like learning more about your field, people love seeing the creative process. Whether that's you recording your single that just came out, or how you set up your YouTube videos, or just really anything that lets people into your creative world. It's fascinating. For example, alongside my last EP, Utopia, I did a 10-part vlog series on my vlog channel that took my fans step by step through releasing my EP as an independent artist. I shared my struggles battling social media algorithms with a limited fan base, filming my music video for my song Bitter, posting on Instagram when I literally announced its release, to even some more personal moments like finding out my grandpa had passed away whom I was living with. Not everything you do has to be pretty, perfect, and polished, so share those unseen moments that are just as important as the final product because it helps people appreciate it even more. Number 4, likes and dislikes. One way to start really connecting with your fans is sharing your likes and dislikes about really anything. These can either be super on brand or really off brand depending on the setting. Like if you're a gamer, share your top 10 favorite games in that series, or your top 10 things that you wish a game would improve on. For me in music, sometimes I do album reviews of records that I really enjoy. There's too much competition in the music industry, which I don't really subscribe to. I am a firm believer that we need to see more artists supporting artists and fans supporting other fans, so I'm always talking to my fans about music that I enjoy or don't enjoy. Granted, sometimes you have to be a little careful when you say you like something on the internet because some people will lose their minds and will stop at nothing till everyone hates it as well. My point is, brainstorm some topics and then create 5 to 10 videos or posts about those topics. Even if it's as simple as your hot take on the pineapple on pizza debate. Likes and dislikes are also a fantastic content filler too, especially if you are really stuck and do not know what to post. It's okay to throw yourself a bone every once in a while and give your mind something easier to create. Number 5, something you can laugh at now. There's never any shame in being able to laugh at yourself and your mistakes. When you take the power of embarrassment away from others, you empower yourself. Recently, I've had some fans check out my old music videos that I made when I was 17 or 18 years old and had no clue what I was doing because I leave them up on this channel for a reason. And you know what every single one of those people told me? Thank you for leaving this up so we can see how far you've come. I've been doing YouTube since 2008. The world has changed a lot since then. And there are some things on this channel that I absolutely am so proud of, and there are things on this channel that I've done that I wish didn't exist. But growing is part of the human experience, and it's part of your job as an online creator. What you're putting out right now is probably gonna be cringy to you in 5 or 10 years from now. Now, if you're just somebody who turns away from their mistakes and then goes on being a horrible person, well then, the internet's gonna let you know. But hard lessons change our worldviews. They teach us how to strive to be better versions of ourselves. So if you're growing, and I'm not talking about your follower count, I mean your deep personal growth as you develop in your business and going out of your way to put good energy into this really dark world, then that's what counts. So think about something that at one point might have been embarrassing to you, but now you can just laugh at. Look at how Miley Cyrus has developed her relationship with Hannah Montana now. She went from absolutely wanting to not be seen as Hannah Montana in any way possible to now finding peace with that part of her, and she can totally laugh at herself. So whether that's an old music video you made with your friends at the time, or a funny photo of your questionable hair or fashion choices, or even a throwback to your old setup and how chaotic it now seemed, but it was really the best you could do at the time, post it. This makes you so much more approachable to your fans, and a lot of them can probably relate to it too. Sometimes it's okay to let your guard down and say, hey, I'm not perfect. I didn't know everything back then. Make it a meme. Make it an inside joke with your fans. then coming up with things to post as you continue to grow won't be so hard anymore. So those are some content ideas for online creators. Questions of the video? What are some content ideas that you have? Leave me a comment below letting me know. If you want to check out my video on whether or not I think Instagram is dying or not, I've left a link in the description below so you can check that out. And if you like me and you like what I do, consider joining me on Patreon like Melanie here and all these fantastic people to get all sorts of fun rewards, including access to my YouTube calendar to see what's coming to the channel. But as always, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new. I put out new videos every single Wednesday. Once again, I'm Jonathan Miller, and I will see you next time. See you later.
I am a machine, not a robot, not an operation electronically.